OMG, I am so excited.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just a body
punching?
I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
BoxingVoice.com.
So you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
BRONER'S production.
Making women's gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Boxing Voice Radio, hashtag TBV podcast, wherever hashtags are used. So we're back to discuss another welterweight fight that could possibly take place. Now, the entire premise of this show is going to come from a author by the name of Peter Kahn, who writes for Forbes magazine. We did attempt to try and get him on the show, but not for any other reason than just to have him on because he's the writer. There's no facts in this other than the fact that he does say that Team Broner is going to see Al Heyman, but he ends it in Broner versus Keith Thurman, which is his opinion, not fact, not a rumor. We're just going to ponder the thought of Broner versus Keith Thurman and then sprinkle in a couple other facts. Hopefully my co-host read the article by Forbes magazine, which you can find on Forbes magazine. Once again, the author's name is Peter Kahn. Probably not Kahn, but it damn sure looks like it. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Let's go.
It's me, Mario.
What is up? What is up? We are going from UK to America, flying back. The most international podcast in the world. Yeah, man, I did read the article. It was a very well laid out, very well articulated, very well structured, not just article, but I wouldn't even say it was like a debate. I guess like a conversation that he presented, right? And so the legitimacy of his points have to be taken into consideration. Now, before reading this, if somebody would have mentioned Braun Thurman, I'm not going to lie, I would not be so open to the idea. But after reading it, I definitely see the narrative there. I definitely see the benefits. So we'll break that down. We'll talk about all of it, and we will absolutely 100% get to the bottom of it.
All right.
BoxingVoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Mark Antonio Barrera. I've been through all the eras, and I still been
How much you talk? You do too much talk. The thing is this:
people want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about BoxingVoice.com.
So, kind of going through the whole entire history of Adrien Broner, Thurman, there was this one interesting fight that had Adrien Broner headline against Marcos Maidana. On the undercard, we had Keith Thurman versus Soto Carras. Now, knowing how that fight played out, there was a potential fight between Keith Thurman, Maidana signed, and they had the whole thing going, but that fight never was able to be completed. So from that point, now we're alluding to the fact that Keith Thurman and Adrien Broner may face each other in this Forbes article, insinuating, or is this going to be something that the fans want? The guy who is the super champion of the WBA may face the loser who attempted to beat the WBA regular. How do you guys like that? But we'll pass it on to the next host.
I speak it
Believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's going on, everybody out there in TBV land? Keith Thurman. Is this the route that he should take? Is he still the same Keith Thurman we seen 2 years ago? Adrien Broner, man, how many chances does the guy get? I mean, big fight after big fight after big fight. But maybe Keith Thurman could be right for the pickings, or maybe this is a fight that Keith Thurman should take just to see where he at in his career, because his last fight was kind of tough. So he may need another tune-up just to see how he feels. And also, was it Keith Thurman that couldn't open his water bottle? Ron G, you were there. Okay, but anyway, yep. Let's get into it. Let's break it down. And
are you trying to insinuate that Keith Thurman broke his hand?
No. I'm not saying that. But if your hand is hurt, maybe you should take another soft tune-up before you get into a world title fight with Sean Porter, because we all know that's what he wants to get his WBC belt back. So maybe another little tune-up just to check out the hand.
So you calling Adrien Broner a tune-up now?
I mean, according to Keith Thurman, Jesse Vargas was a tune-up, and this guy got a draw with Jesse Vargas. So that tells me
Vargas isn't a 4-divisional world champion.
But Adrien Broner is not what
Amir Khan a 4-division world champion.
Jesse Vargas is not what Adrien Broner is at 147.
Is Amir Khan a 4-division world champion?
No, he's not.
What did you think about the fight?
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. But let me talk something. Let me let y'all know. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. I beat him. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Are you playing the whack one, man?
Nah, that's the one I like.
Nah, bro. It's a dude who got a whole freestyle about Adrien Broner being bad.
All right. You talking about the other one?
That one's disrespectful. Like, come on.
It's funny, though.
Yo, listen, it boils down to this. See, the article talks about a few other avenues. They talk about, excuse me, Garcia being a fight that we, want to see, and the tangibles that play into Angel Garcia versus Adrien Broner. But before I get into like what I would want,
well, he also says why that can't happen. He actually led us.
Yeah, no. And I was going to go down that road. Yeah, he talks about the fact that Danny Garcia's, WC #1, and he's not going to give up his mandatories and stuff.
One thing that I noticed
for Broner,
Mario, real quick, that Broner's still ranked in the top 15 in the
WBA. He's ranked number 9. He's ranked number 9. Yeah, in the WBA, he is ranked number 9. And so that's part of his the caveat. I mean, not the caveat. That's part of the allure, I guess, with Broner Thurman. But basically, his whole thing is, and I'm reading a little bit into it, but with Thurman, the benefits for him are that Adrien Broner, as he breaks down the article, is a draw. People pay to see him, whether it's to win or to lose. He has a tangible audience. And unlike most fighters, his audience is made up of a collective. With Pacquiao, as big as his audience is, a lot of them are Filipinos. Canelo, a lot of them are Mexicans. AJ, a lot of them are from the UK. But with Adrien Broner, he has an audience that is made up of so many different, people, because they want to see him win and lose. So that's where Thurman gets his benefits. For Broner, it's kind of a last-ditch effort. It's his shot to get in there with somebody who the author believes that Broner could beat.
But here's the thing, though. I guess you have to look at it. It's probably more of a get back for Thurman, because you got to look at the guy who lost to the regular belt is now attempting to win against the super belt champion. And from that point, we know that Broner is marketable. And we know that we can only imagine what a Thurman and a Broner press conference can sound like. Those two guys talking trash to each other. They've been around each other for a very long time. They know each other very well. And at that point, the concerning thing for, I guess, on Thurman's state is that Pacquiao signed a 2-fight deal. Now, seeing that I think his hand was hurt a little bit in that Josecito Lopez fight, and he probably wants to get maybe another tune-up if he doesn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny Pacquiao may not wait around for Thurman. It may look for other fights. Considering that opportunity may go out the window if he fights and goes out and loses to someone else, or maybe wins and wants to move up and fight better opposition. Thurman might miss that opportunity to fight Pacquiao, I'm trying to say, if he messes around and fights Broner.
Yeah, but what if the opportunity's not there for Pacquiao? Pacquiao doesn't fight till November. He has other obligations. This is a perfect comeback fight for Thurman and Broner. For Broner, obviously, another opportunity to continue to remain relevant amongst hardcores because he continues to remain relevant amongst the casuals. And for Thurman, it's another feel-out fight. It's another, fight you should win to make sure you're back. I just want a preference to Brandon Maurice. Obviously, he is our Patreon. I don't know if you are understanding that this isn't a fight that's being talked about. This is a writer and his opinion. He has some sort of connection with Broner and was told that Broner and his team were going to see Al Heyman. So from that, he's building what he feels is best option for Broner. Because, this guy's attacking me like I said in this a option for Keith Thurman.
Yeah, and like I said, the Forbes article breaks down this pathway to Broner Thurman. So it's not, again, like Ness said, we're not coming and trying to report that Thurman Broner's in talks. We're not even saying that our opinion is this fight happens next. A writer brought up a very interesting point because look, if we were talking about this yesterday, we wouldn't have been talking about this yesterday. Nobody would have brought this up. We wouldn't have talked about this fight. When we were talking about Thurman and who he fights next, Broner's name was never mentioned. But laying out the groundwork the way he does, this is Thurman's opportunity for two things. As Ness said, and Mike said it, though, originally when we had this conversation, the way that Thurman looked, he may need a second fight. He also will, other than getting a second fight to kind of come back, he has the opportunity to build his namesake in the sport.
Thurman takes this fight, a lot of fans, a lot of people are going to be very, very upset with him.
You mad?
No, I'm not mad. No, he's fighting the guy coming off the loss.
I think this fight was 200,000 on pay-per-view.
And you want to put it on pay-per-view?
I think it's just 200,000.
Triple G Golovkin. You want to put AD on pay-per-view again?
Daniel, that shit did 170. Ward versus Kovalev did 190. If Pacquiao and Broner did 400, I think they could come in anywhere between 170 and 200.
If they were calling Thurman a duck back then, but they're gonna be calling him a motherfucking mongoose now.
Now I'll sit here and I'm not gonna know what a successful pay-per-view would be in this era on Showtime, but I'll tell you one thing.
Wait, can you restate that? You said you wouldn't know what a successful pay-per-view would be on Showtime?
Because you're insinuating that 200,000 would be something that they would do that. And I don't know if that's something they would want to do.
I'm not saying the network would be happy, but if you want a number,
225, right?
The network said 250 was good for Earl and Mikey.
Yeah, I think 200,000 because you got to think about the money they would put in on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Juan Manuel Marquez in Texas versus the baby bull in his prime only did 225. Timothy Bradley versus Marquez, 225. Like 200 is a good number.
But going from that point, I'm curious on essentially how they would break down the percentage split. Obviously you would feel that Thurman's the A side because he's the champion and he's undefeated, right? Or would you feel value that Broner, since he's coming off a pay-per-view with Pacquiao, would
you got it.
Broner's the B side.
Yeah, you got to treat Thurman as the A side in the fight.
Why can't we call it cherry picking, man?
Thurman
y'all talking about it.
Because it's not cherry picking. It's not Keith asking for this fight. This is a writer's opinion.
I'm not saying that he's asking for. I'm going by the sense of this fight. You know what I'm saying?
If it did happen,
I understand that the writer is trying to do his own narrative and why that this will be a good fight.
So let's go down your street. You want to call this cherry picking? I say no. Josecito Lopez got 3 comeback fights before he stepped up to the plate versus Keith Thurman. Why does Keith not is not
because
allowed.
the way Keith has been talking, man. He's been talking like, hey, I can come back and fight Jesse Vargas, but he a tune-up. I can come back.
Keith already told you 2019 is my get back year. If you don't like it, stop watching boxing for the rest of the year.
I never said I didn't like it, but when it was my argument about a month ago, you were like, why don't fucking Crawford send over Keith Thurman a fucking offer? If he want to be undisputed, let's do it. So why not make Keith go fight Earl, go fight Sean Porter? Why is he can't get in tune-up after tune-up? He's back, right?
Have you not? Hey, Supreme General, what it do? I haven't seen him in a minute. Damn, that's official, bruh. Let me go ahead and play that shit real quick so y'all can see something, see how it all comes together. Where is that? Where is that? Could be here, right? No? Oh, Jesus.
While you're pulling that up, I'm just going to say, look, in my honest opinion, what I saw Keith Thurman and Josecito Lopez after that fight, I don't think he'd be in a good state to fight any champion. Sure, throw him in there. I'm going to pick against them, and I'll have every other champion in favor. Now, if we give him an extra...
Because that's what Keith said. Like, are you so desperate for a win that you want to fight me injured? Like, that's what you want, Earl? That's what you want, bud? Let my man get back. Let my man get back.
But so here's my whole thing. If you put Keith Thurman in now, I would favor everyone against him. Now, if you give him a second tune-up, I'm not going to allow that get back, quote unquote, reason be valid anymore. So at that point, if you fought Manny Pacquiao, which I think he would not be favored against any of the current champions now, if you had him against Broner, we saw him not beat Manny Pacquiao, let alone the fact not be favored any of the champions. If he has two tune-ups, I don't think I can use the favorite now
Keith Thurman, now Adrien Broner is a legitimate tune-up in your eyes. That's what you're saying live on there.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, look at him against Josecito Lopez. I think that if Thurman fights Broner and he doesn't perform well, we would definitely know where he's at the 147 division. If he looks tremendous against Broner, then we can feel comfortable that he's back in the status that he claims that he's
you don't mind the fight is what you're saying.
I would understand.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. The only
if
one
he fought Manny Pacquiao, I think that would be the better quote unquote get back into the division fight. But if he can't get that, then the Broner is the most sensible thing. But if you throw him into all the champions, Mike, I think everyone will favor them over Keith for the obvious reason.
That's what Mike
No, not even that, man.
Mike wants to wound the animal.
I don't want him when he's back.
You want to
sometimes it takes people to fucking doubt you, to say you can do something so you can prove everybody wrong. And I think Keith had that inside of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going out and saying Keith is not a legitimate champion. All I'm saying, baby, get back in action. You had to fucking tune up. Adrien Broner is not a fight, bro. That's not a fight that nobody wants to see. Period.
Do you think? But if he fights anybody but Crawford or Spence, I think people are gonna hate no matter what. Maybe I guess not Sean Porter either. But I mean, it's really hard at this point for us to put in perspective what Thurman can do this year. He's already saying physically he needs, to use 2019 to get back. But at the same time, we don't know the business side of it. We don't know if they're
Thurman was on PBC,
Spence and Thurman in 2020.
Talking about Sean Porter. How can you call yourself a champion with my belt? I'm coming back for my belt. And now all of a sudden, because he had a tough fight, he don't want that belt no more?
Then he
don't want it no more?
Because he looked bad against Josecito Lopez.
What does that mean? He been out 2 years. He gonna look bad, bro.
Michael, let me see if you can grasp that the Josecito Lopez fight was supposed to be the test to tell him if he's back. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So would you now also agree that test, while he passed it, some could say he failed in an area.
He didn't pass with flying colors.
Don't take credit from Lopez.
There we go.
Y'all taking credit from Lopez, period.
I mean, you're
coming in and ready to fight.
Angle. You're coming at this.
Okay, so you're saying,
how am I being biased by saying Lopez came in ready to fight?
Okay,
did he prove that?
So he
did he not prove that?
Fight and Thurman won.
Ron, Ness, did Lopez not prove that he was coming in ready to fight?
I don't know.
Did Robert Garcia not tell us on our channel that he was knocking motherfuckers out in the gym?
I don't know. Isn't the argument that Keith needs to show us that he's back, and that's why we're accepting a a
You guys expect a guy who's been off 2 years to come back in the ring and look like fucking Floyd Mayweather.
So what are you saying? What are you
ring rust?
Are you suggesting that this was the normal? Yeah, I'm confused too. So are you saying this was the normal and he should just get in there and fight someone like Earl or Crawford?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, man, live up to your word. You were talking all greasy on PBC FS1 talking about you want that Sean Porter after he fight.
He should fight.
Yes.
Okay, that's your stance. I just want to be clear on what your stance is. I, as a boxing fan, don't think that he's ready for Sean. He's obviously not all there yet. He would need another fight. I don't know if the Broner fight is that, because you probably don't gain anything from fighting Broner, but there's a storyline there. Ron had, he found numerous backdated Broner call outs on his Instagram, calling Keith a bitch ass, calling him a pussy, saying he's next after Vargas. We got audio, which I'll play. Hopefully it didn't get buried, of Keith Thurman.
Man that apparently he couldn't beat, right? But I didn't want to see.
Wait, that is not from the beginning. Let's do that over. Sorry about that.
He's the boy that cried wolf. You know what I mean? He's everybody he ever. AB's the boy that cried wolf. We've heard him over and over. I'm slapping this guy up. I'm stunting on him. He can't touch me. He can't do anything. And I wanted Broner to win. For once, I was in the underdog's corner. I wanted AB to win the fight. And really, I want Pacquiao to win the fight because I want to fight Pacquiao, right? So I got a lot of controversial feelings in that. But I support AB as a young, world-class fighter fighting a 40-year-old man that apparently he couldn't beat, right? But I didn't want to see that kind of Adrien Broner. I just wanted this. Before the fight, pre-fight, I was trying to encourage AB to show the world the AB that you guys used to say might be the next Floyd Mayweather. Once upon a time, he looked tremendous. And you want to talk about out of mind, out of sight? Who's AB today? About bullshit. Anyways,
let's follow him to the ring. Let's wrap, guys. Them fighting words call me about bullshit. I'm gonna beat Mike up.
Yes, about bullshit Gibbs. I see you text on. But look here, man. Keith Thurman, I just don't think AB is a good opponent for him. I think he beats AB rather sound.
Who's a better opponent? Who's a better opponent since you're such a hater today?
I don't know. I don't
know.
I said Sean Porter, so I mean, apparently that's what I want to go with.
That's the only guy.
Looking at the stable over there, everybody else busy.
What if Sean Porter gets a cut like he's known to? Because he got, couple head clashes in there with Ugas, who's a southpaw. What's going to happen then? Should Keith wait again? Stay inactive? Come on, man.
He's been waiting, right?
The promoter hat on. Have a backup plan.
And he said he only want to fight like twice this year, right?
Contingency, Mike. What's going to happen if there's a headbutt? What's going to happen if Sean can't fight? I actually called Ken yesterday. I'm going to call him again right now. What time is it?
Look, this is what I'm going to say. I'm not opposed if you throw Thurman to fight another champion. I'm going to pick against him. If you give him another fight and have him fight and quote-unquote get better, I would say that I would assume that fight should be closer if he fights Sean Porter. The odds and it should be better if he fights Terrence Crawford, and hopefully better when he fights like Errol Spence. But from that point, if you want him to fight right now, give him the fight. He'll lose.
I know
for my reasons of being so inactive and had not the best performance against Josecito Lopez, but more of showing him that he can hang in there when he's hurt. But outside of that, if that's what you want, Mike, give him the fight. Go ahead. But if you think that fighters come off of 2-year layoffs are going to be the most credible win ever, then talk about when you talk about Anthony Joshua and Klitschko. When Klitschko was on a long layoff, coming off and fighting, Anthony. Then give Anthony Joshua credit or discredit. Be consistent about the same thing here, because layoffs do affect fighters.
How did I not give Joshua any credit?
No, I'm just so. Are you saying when Klitschko fought Anthony Joshua, right?
I don't see Klitschko being Adrien Broner. I don't see Klitschko being a Thurman either.
But I'm saying if Vladimir Klitschko comes back from a 2-year layoff and fight Anthony Joshua, right? You have to either one give him the most credible win ever of his career, or what?
I mean, we all know if Vlad do come back, that's a fight that he's targeting. So it's not like that's going to be a surprise. But this Keith Thurman versus Adrien Broner is going to be a surprise in my eyes.
I'll put it to you like this, though. I think Ron said it earlier. The fight that Thurman should be wanting and chasing with all his heart is Pacquiao, but he can't control that. Okay, the fight that we want to see him in is Earl Spencer Crawford, but I don't think he can control that either. So if at the end of the day he's not going to get or one of these big fights that we want him in this year, I think that the business side of things, it does make sense for Adrien Broner. And here's the other thing: if Pacquiao doesn't get Floyd, and then he's not able to fight, or he has to push his fight back, one of the good things that Thurman does while trying to get that fight is getting in there with a guy that Pacquiao got in there with last. And if he can put him away, then that's more people clamoring to see Thurman Pacquiao. And so it builds the case for him. Now, does Pacquiao hang around that long? I don't know. But still, it's something that Thurman can do to up his stock no matter what. Because now you're coming in with the next fight, 2020. And look, you got to win over a guy Pacquiao beat.
Let's see Thurman get that IBO belt against Tulani. I mean, that'd be a nice trinket for him. I mean, it'd be a nice guy in the top 15.
That fight's too tough. That fight's too tough.
I'm proving.
No, so Tulani is proven. We're gonna get Tulani on the show. I actually got his number. What time is it over there? Let me look up his rank.
I don't know. I know Adrien Broner is in the top 15 on BoxRec. I mean,
is Tulani ranked in the WBA? Can't justify it. You got to be top 10 WBA, bro.
I thought unifying though.
Oh, I mean, didn't Crawford already call for that? I thought that's why we was looking for Tulani.
I thought Crawford got a fight with Khan already.
Look, let's
to build up the pay-per-view with Tulani, right?
Oh my God, y'all are crazy.
So real quick, I just want to ask the chat.
It ain't for that though. I thought it was to build it up. My bad.
I want to ask the chat. I want to see the comments. Do you think Keith Thurman should have one more tune-up and Mike say cherry pick, whatever the terminology, before he goes fight Sean Porter, Crawford, and Errol Spence? Do you want him to go straight to him, or do you want him to have one more to have him, quote unquote, not have the get back excuse or whatever the claim is?
Only a hater wants him to go straight into it so that he could be not a.
You know what the problem is too, Ron? The problem is this: everybody's gonna think about what happened in the Lopez fight and assume that Broner can't duplicate that kind of success. Okay, fine, but if we rewind and we take it back before Lopez fought Thurman, how many people say that Broner's a stiffer test? You know what I mean? I don't know if I make that argument. I'm not saying that I would assume Broner's a stiffer test because styles make fights. You know what I mean? Just we could say, oh, who's better, Josito Lopez or Broner, or who would win in a fight. But those are two different questions compared to, who's a stiffer test for Thurman. So I don't know. Before the fight, I don't know what my answer would be, but I don't think that it's easy to say Lopez is a stiffer test. So,
Look, read the chat. I practically saw everyone is saying, please just give him one more. It's not that crazy.
Keep that same energy when you call in when Keith Thurman fight is announced. Do not call in and bash Keith Thurman.
You know why, Mike? Because this is probably one of the toughest divisions out there. This is a star-studded, tremendous, talented. I mean, you just got Mikey Garcia trying to come up here in 147. This division is incredible. Now, at that point, the layoff, his last performance, and he did give up one of his straps to not hold up the division. Now, at some point, he's going to have to defend. He's going to have to defend mandatory. He's going to have to fight other champions. Definitely. But at this point, I think everyone agrees for us to get the best quality win over Keith Thurman, if that's the case, to beat him, you got to give him one more tune-up, because they're always going to have this excuse of why Keith Thurman now isn't as great if you give him one more fight. I don't think beating Keith Thurman now does anything until
does nothing. I won't think if Crawford beat Thurman now, it doesn't make him any better. If Earl beats him now, I would still be questioning Earl and how good he is, because this is not Thurman. Thurman is supposed to wipe out a guy like Josecito. Credit to Josecito for fighting the best fight of his life. But we need to see Thurman on his A game before we throw him in there with A caliber fighters. I just want to say, I did call Tulani, but I did get his voicemail, but it's him. And that's how you pronounce it. It is Tulani binge. I mean, I think it's Minge. I got to re-listen, but whatever. I left him my number, and he knows. It's only 6 p.m. over there, so he's probably got time. You never know.
Yeah, and for you, Mike, unless you really want to try to get the easiest version of Keith Thurman right now,
because he's scared. You know that, Ron. Come on.
But I'm saying if you really
what it is.
If you really want to back Crawford, you want to give Crawford no excuses.
Did I mention
No
Crawford
excuse.
in any
You
come up?
don't want Crawford's critics to have an excuse to say,
I said one thing.
He be the old version of Thurman. He be the Thurman that wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
I want Crawford to get credit when credit is
talking
due.
bad about Sean Porter. He was calling this man not a champion. He
They
was
always
saying, man,
do
you
that.
got my bill.
Because
man, live up to your words, homie. You said you want me next. You said after this Lopez fight, you wanted me next. Keep that same energy, man. Don't go out there and leave a motherfucking goose egg. Then you, oh no, I don't want him next.
So the dude
I'm not saying that he's saying that.
The dude from Gladiator died because he did that. He died because he knew he was stabbed. He went out there. He ain't tell nobody.
Nigga, this ain't Gladiator. Niggas ain't going out. They're not going out there, nigga, with a puncture wound on their side and tell them to fight.
This is a gladiator sport, Mike. Do not.
But it's not like a nigga got stabbed, bro. He made a.
You didn't interview enough fighters. Every fighter will tell you that you never 100% in the ring. So
of course not. But you don't go in there with a stab wound.
Bro, they're always injured.
We just need to go on. We don't agree. Let's just get the callers. He's a hater. He's a Crawford protector, and that's what he wants. He know Crawford ain't got no resume to speak of, so he need to use a hurt, injured Keith to give some.
I bring Crawford up in one scenario to fight Keith Thurman.
You want to?
As a matter of fact, what I said before I left, I want to see Keith Thurman and the best he could possibly be. Then fight Terrence Crawford. But right now, he's been talking about Sean Porter. Like, hey. If you like I always say, bro, Benavidez was talking shit. Whoever else out there, like Brazil talking shit, White talking shit. I want Wilder to handle those two guys too. But Thurman, you got a direct pathway if Porter beats Ugas. So make it happen.
But Mike, let me say this. He said all that before the Josecito Lopez fight. Did you see the same energy after the Josecito Lopez fight?
Exactly.
It was. Come on, he knows what happened in the fight. He knows what he needs. And us as fans and you.
I believe he said after the fight, I told y'all I had to get back. Like, he know the performance wasn't good. Like, what the fuck you want? Nah, Mike want him to say, so what? I look bad, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to still try to fight Crawford. Get out of here.
I don't think it looked bad. I think it didn't look as good as it could. I just don't think that he's all the way there yet. And so I wanted him to fight 3 times this year. That's all I wanted from him. All I wanted to see him fight 3 times. In all honesty, I didn't even care who we fought. I knew we weren't going to get Crawford. I knew we weren't going to get Spence. So it's like, at this point, I'm going to say it like this. I don't like the Broner fight, but I understand if that was the fight. Because at the end of the day, all it does is bring more attention to Thurman, who could use it. Thurman has been at this level longer than Spence, longer than Crawford, longer than almost anyone in the 147 division, and yet he's
not
still not very. Yeah, he's still not known.
The other guys you speak of done pay-per-view.
But think about this analogy. I'll break.
No, but I mean at that top level at 147.
But so listen to this analogy, and I'll break this down. The alleged pound-for-pound guy wants to unify a guy off of a 2-year layoff who had not the best performance in his career.
Who said that, Ron?
No. I didn't say no one said that. That's
why you getting
because you said earlier that Mike's want Crawford to fight Thurman, and Ron said it too. Like I never said that on this show right now. Like I said it past shows that I want the best Thurman versus the best Crawford because I want
Mike
the
ain't
best
say
of the best. Come on, man. Give me credit sometimes.
okay.
That fight.
So at this point, if you don't want him to fight Crawford, why would you want him to fight Porter, who's actually a better
Live
than
up
Porter?
to your motherfucking word. You talking shit live on motherfucking national television. Calling this man not a champion. Saying this man has my goddamn belt. And you want your belt back. Go get it, homie. You talk big. You talk big until somebody see about you. Then you want to talk small.
I think Mike's point is this. There is a level of difference in his mind between Porter and Spence. But at the same time, I think there's a big difference.
It's not even that, Mario. I respect Porter. Porter's a damn good champion. But Keith Thurman, blasted this man on national television. You could see Sean Porter's face in the fucking like. Oh, he was holding it back. Make the fight happen, L.
Mike. So who'd you have winning in Keith Thurman and Sean Porter won? Who do you think won?
It was a tough fight, man. It was a tough
who do you
fight.
think won?
I mean, I can't be mad with the
who did you think
won?
won?
I gotta watch it again, bro. Like it could have went either way. Porter.
No. Okay. So let's stop right here. So if you
thought Thurman won,
but listen to this: if you felt that Sean Porter could have won that fight, why would you want Thurman to go fight the guy that you thought could have already lost?
I don't want it, right? He wanted
dangerous
it.
Because we've seen him in a
I'm
fight.
Going off of what somebody said. I'm going off somebody's words. I'm not going off the fucking make believe. I'm going off what this man said on that.
This division's full of killers.
Now, if we don't want people to live up to their words on this show, let me know. Then we can go a whole nother route.
I mean, we've let other people slap before.
Who?
I don't know. Give me 50 million and I'll fight.
And what we do every motherfucking time, we bash that nigga for not taking that 50 million.
We let him slide. What are you talking about?
You let him slide. Bro, you are the main person there. Don't let it slide. Every time you see Eddie, what you say?
I don't talk about that 50 million.
Okay, man. Okay, man.
I mean, my interviews are there with Eddie. You gonna lie?
Yeah, they are. And yes, you bring him up.
I don't bring it up. You lying?
Now you smiling. All right.
I'm trying to get people to go watch them interviews. I see what you're doing.
Hey, go watch that Porter and Thurman fight again, Mike.
Yeah, man. Look here, man. I thought it was a damn good fight. Porter probably could have basically got a draw,
got
maybe,
the nod.
But yeah, I mean, like it wasn't like a fight that Keith Thurman just blew Porter out, man. Like, no, I don't think that at all.
No, definitely. It's a tough fight. I think that he's not. Look, even if he is physically ready, he's not mentally ready. You know, he's doubting himself after the fight. He's saying, "I still need it." And it's like I want to see the best Thurman physically, mentally, in every possible way.
Mike, like, but Mike, why you want him to fight right now? He's injured. He just wants to fight. I hear you, Mike. It's all good.
So you know that his hand was broken that last fight.
I ain't never said nothing about no hand. What are you talking about?
Oh, because he's not injured then.
You're going from your little snack break.
I'm just no. I'm just saying if he's not like you said he's injured, but he just fought and there's nothing came out that he had an injury this last fight, so he's not injured.
I said injured.
You said I want to see Keith Thurman fight Porter fight an injured Keith Thurman.
I mean, something's wrong with him and he ain't back.
Ring rust.
He ain't back.
Get back in the ring and you'll get better.
El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Drive by.
If you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. And if you want to go one step farther, head over to ThaBoxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on that Amazon link, bookmark that link, save that link, and do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link.
Woo, that was smooth. All we had to do was just get Mike a little fluster, and that was smooth right there, Mike.
I got to keep him on his toes, man.
Alabama. I want Joshua, come and see me, baby. No more hiding, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
BoxingVoice.com.
Live up to your word, Javier.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I ain't gonna let y'all just keep stomping on AB like this, man. God damn it, shit, y'all just stomping on him. Y'all won't stop. Now y'all
The way you sound like you sleeping on him.
Y'all sound like he a stepping stone. Now he ain't no damn stepping stone. Y'all gonna respect him more, all right? Keith ain't hurt. Keith
He a building block.
He don't want to fight nobody right now. Keith don't want no work that's hard right now. He wanna take a GED test. He don't want to go to college right now. He don't want to finish high school. You know, shit like that. Keith don't really want to do no work, man. Keith just want to chill, get it. Who else Keith gonna fight? If he don't fight Broner, who he gonna fight next? Give me a fighter.
He's pursuing Pacquiao right now.
Man, he not fighting Pacquiao. Pacquiao won't Floyd, and he ain't giving a fuck about that.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
Going out to another mastermind. Thank you, Javier, for your continued patronage and obviously for being the master of the masterminds. He started it all.
Drive-by!
Joseph, talk to me.
Okay, first off, I'm gonna use my boomerang for this too. How do I sound first?
Way better than the last call.
Yeah, you're not building the igloo, good.
I really was in the warehouse freezer earlier.
I
knew he was somewhere cold.
No, I mean, let's not be surprised. You know, don't forget Crawford fought the one-legged Benavidez. He wants the one-armed Thurman. So I'm not shocked about that. Let's talk about Thurman fighting somebody, but we got Crawford out here cherry picking. But anyway,
who you cherry picking? Who you cherry picking?
I mean, he's fighting a dude with half a face.
Amir Khan,
cherry picker.
He got half a face.
Man, you put Amir Khan in there right now against Keith Thurman. Who gonna win? Who gonna win?
Is Broner known for being knocked out?
Bro, is Broner known for winning?
Is Amir Khan known for winning?
Hey, he got more wins. He got more wins at what the weight than AB got.
But that's besides my point. Cut it. That's besides my point.
You did want your boomerang. Keep it going.
Yep. Keep it on.
You on 52.
Okay. And Sean Porter wasn't too excited when they first announced it. But let's be real. Keith Thurman, if he can't get the Pacquiao fight, he can build a big name off being the first man to knock out Broner. Broner's a loudmouth. He attracts a lot of attention. And Keith being the first one to stop him will be a good look for him. So if you can't get the Pacquiao fight, why not? I think it's a good look.
As soon as Keith wins 7, nigga, he on the back foot. He chilling.
So you done, Joseph, or are you just gonna let us hear all that background?
You done?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you done. We going out to the Nolia.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Now, man, let them know, bro, that I'm not tripping, am I?
Man, see, Mike, bro. I don't know what's going on with these people on this show today. Look, I'm using my boomerang. I'm about to burn. You hear me? I ain't get my shit last show, but I should triple down on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shit, bro. Oh, everybody on the show is saying Keith Thurman. Y'all know I keep the same energy. This ain't no right shit talk. You hear me? I called on the last show we had this topic. You dig? Everybody talking about Keith Thurman look good. This nigga almost got knocked the fuck out by Lopez, who got flatlined by Canelo, Madonna, and the other AB. You dig? The other AB. Y'all know who that is, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? He almost got, I don't understand this shit. Mike, what we doing right now? How many tunes that this dude gonna have? He looking good in last fight, right?
Hey, he'll be back 2020, man.
He won't. All right, check this out. Why you asking for Pacquiao if you need all this fucking time to come back? He don't want to fight Spencer Crawford, but he'll fight Pac-Man. Man, if you can fight Pac-Man, you can fight any one of them top welterweights right now. You know what I'm saying? Can't no B-class fighter beat Pacquiao. You got to be an A-class fighter. That's proven right there. You know what I'm saying? That dude is a gazelle now, man. Keith Thurman is no longer a lion. He a gazelle. He living his life on the run, man. You hear me? Everybody know it. It's just a matter of time. Keith Thurman trying to get that last check, though, before he get out the game.
Cut it.
Listen, there's a difference. There's a difference between Pacquiao and Earl Spence and Crawford. The difference is that Pacquiao brings more money. Plus, Pacquiao's gonna be out the game sooner. So it's like, if you don't get Pacquiao now, you might miss your chance. If you don't get Spence or Crawford now, of course you're not getting them now. That fight's for much later, and we know that. So that's the difference right there. Yeah, you're right. It does sound a little shady that, okay, he's willing to fight Pacquiao, but he's not willing to fight the other two. But there are differences there. There are differences. That's my only point. Money comes with it. Risk and reward. The risks that are fighting Spence and Crawford is not the same with the reward as it comes with Pacquiao.
Seconds.
All righty then. We got
Ness in the background crying, y'all, man. Keith Thurman done hurt his heart.
Huh?
I don't see the camera.
This is the opinion of a writer. This isn't Thurman saying I'm fighting BRONER'S. This is what you want. The haters that are reacting to this, it just shows how much hatred there is for the one.
This is not even real, Mike. Mike, this ain't even real.
Bro, I understand it's not real, but
we're
still doing a show, ain't we? Like,
You happy that he's getting heat on a fight that hasn't been announced?
Hey, what happened if Mike?
Duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Sean Porter, don't duck him, Sean Porter.
Chumpy.
Huh? Haran?
Hey, you don't even know who he's gonna fight next, man. So just keep the same energy as if this article didn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So who we got? We got in Jersey.
The king is what I mean. The king is what I mean. My man get it.
What up, I mean?
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What up?
Let me get right to it. It's been a long time, but dig, I think it's a good fight because who else is ready right now? Nobody wants to see a Porter and fucking Thurman rematch, right? Pacquiao and Porter is a good fight to me. Excuse me. Pacquiao and Thurman is a good fight business-wise. I see Thurman flattening Pacquiao. I don't think there's anything Pacquiao could do to stop you getting flattened in that fight. But more importantly, man, these fights have to happen with Broner because Broner's definitely on his way out. He's not going to have a name enough to even put him in there. We're going to have to fucking dig up Lamont Peterson and put some weight on his ass just to have a fucking name because these guys is bottom feeding at a point to where the big names may or may not be in the fight. There's discussions about it. I mean, I don't want to see nobody fight Ugas. I see Ugas live and fucking fell asleep, man. I seen him on television and fell asleep. I don't give a fuck what his rank is. Please don't put that motherfucker in the fight. Sean Porter.
Cut it.
JD, Texas.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my game. I don't know why they gonna call me, but I'm a 54-pounder. But I have a brother that's at 160.
What's going on, JD?
What up, man? Damn, the hate for Keith Thurman is fucking real. Damn, NO called in with that bullshit, didn't it? But yeah, man, listen, and to people like NO and Mike, you might not know. And listen, I like Crawford too. I like both of them. That's the thing. But I can't help but notice the fact that Keith Thurman never really got his shot. Like he was ducked by all the top guys, Mayweather, Pacquiao. We got to keep that in mind.
Nigga, boo. Damn, boo-hoo, he ain't get his shot. Make your own way. Make your own lane. Build your own brand, baby.
Listen, Mike, if the opportunity is there now, why not take it? That's all you ever wanted to do was fight a legend. And he's here now. He's free. Why not take it?
Meanwhile, we did dozens of shows where we were saying Crawford should fight Pacquiao and Crawford should call out Pacquiao and Crawford should stop being so quiet because he need Pacquiao on his resume. But now you want that shoe to fit.
I remember Thurman won a Khan too. You couldn't get Amir Khan.
Of course not. Khan know he only fighting people he think he could beat.
Listen,
Khan can be Canelo too.
Khan and Broner, listen, that shit is 50-50. So your man is fighting Khan. You can't get mad at Thurman if he got a Broner shot. That's all I got.
Cut it.
Boomerang back in if you need it. JD, we going to Javi on a ring and Boomerang. Talk to me. Touch potential, mute yourself or get muted.
Oh, I ain't even asking on Boomerang.
Oh, all right, my bad then. I thought that was you saying, yo. We'll come back to you. We got Brandon in Cincinnati.
What up, Brandon? Yo.
As long as I keep winning, Keith's gonna stay injured. Period. That motherfucker, this is an obvious duck. Ness, I'm just fucking with you, bro. You know you the big homie, but He just got to call it what it is, man.
How is it a duck? If this ain't even real, this is opinion of a writer on what Broner's next.
Nigga, this is a real show. We doing it. Let's go.
Let's just act like it's real. Because I don't think he's gonna fight Broner either. I think that motherfucker gonna fight Pac-Man and retire. I don't think he's gonna fight. Let's just say it's real, just for the sake of the title of the show. If this was to happen, this would be an obvious cherry pick.
How is it a cherry pick? The man don't look the same. He don't look the same.
He won 11 fucking rounds against Lopez. He won 11 rounds. What is this?
Bruh,
what was wrong with him?
he almost got knocked out. He almost got knocked out by Lopez. What'll happen? What'll happen versus Earl? He need to get another warm up fight. He need another warm up fight.
Yes, that's one round.
Bruh, it's 2 years. It's 2 years. It's 2 years, man. That's why you do this, because it's 2 years out the ring. You need your time. That's that.
Baby in that nigga, man.
Baby.
Baby in that nigga.
Baby.
The judges gave him more than one round.
Time.
The judges gave him more than one round.
Hit him with the facts. Facts kill him.
There was a draw on the.
Help me out, Ron. I need you.
Hey, I remember you picked Broner against Pacquiao. And we were looking at you
who
like,
I bet on? Who I bet on?
Don't matter.
Win money on, baby. Who I win money on, baby?
Broner against Pacquiao.
Who I win money on, baby? My money speak for me. My money speak for me.
You and Javi pick Broner.
My money speak for me.
We're gonna add on the boomerang. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. See, bro, that boy JD, I see that's a biased ass nigga, dog. Checking it out, you hear me? See, when it come down to his favorite fighters, bro, when it come down to his personal favorite fighters, because I noticed he don't like Errol Spence, the Cholos. He on the fence with Wilder. He one of the ones that come out yet about Wilder, you did. You know what I'm saying? But if it's somebody he got to invest in interest in, he ain't gonna keep it 1,000 with. We all know Keith Thurman ain't the same dude. This shit been going on before that last fight. You know what I'm saying? Before the last fight, he ain't had a knockout in about 4 years.
He don't need a knockout.
What his last knockout was?
What the last knockout Floyd had? What's the last knockout Floyd had?
He go by one time and he ain't moved up nowhere. He been at 147. So one time should be.
I'm talking about Floyd.
I'm talking about Floyd. Okay, I'm talking about Keith Thurman though.
He'll want to consider. I'm trying to tell you. He ain't
5,
knocked out. How you gonna knock Broner out? And
3,
he couldn't knock out his last 5 opponents.
Cut it.
Come on.
So you can't say when was the last time Floyd's knockout was, because they two different fighters. Like,
why?
That ain't right. Because that ain't right. They're two different fighters. Floyd.
Because Keith Thurman ain't never moved up. He in the same division. That power should still be there, right or wrong.
They two boxers. They win the rounds instead of the fight. Let's go to Deej, the boomerang. What's going on, Deej, in the UK? Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, everyone? I think I'm just about to piss off everybody in the chat, because I'm going to ask this question still. You know, Manny Pacquiao, why is he still fighting, to be honest? We need this guy to be a legend. We don't need him to go out brain damaged and that, because he's had 56 camps. No, what's he fighting? If he's going to fight anyone, it should be a passing of the torch fight. So I'm talking the best at welterweight and then just leave. Now, the question is Thurman the best at welterweight? Or should it be Crawford? If he fought Crawford, would that be a meaningful way for him to go out? Because he should be going out. I don't understand how he fought Mayweather, made all that money, and then ends up doing a trilogy with Timothy Bradley. You're having a laugh. Pacquiao should just call it a day. Just call it a day. Mentor his other fighters. Look after the Philippines. We do not want to see a welterweight legend, brain damaged in the ring.
Yeah, but who's brain damaging him? Who's brain damaging him?
He perfectly fine them last 2 fights.
And one thing people should always know, in business, you keep selling until motherfuckers stop buying.
Oh, yeah. Invoke that boomerang status when you need it.
Beating Thurman is not a bad win. I don't get that. Like, beating any of the welterweight champions is a credible win to go out. Let's not do that.
Yeah. Let's go to Troy, Baltimore.
What up, big homie Troy?
If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets us know you enjoyed this double morning show. Plus, join us on Patreon at 1 o'clock for Comment Creeping. Troy going 3 times. Big C, talk to me.
What up, Big C?
Big C? Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can hear me?
I do. Big C, hold on a minute. Let me go back to Troy. That was my bad. Troy, you there?
Yeah.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
you was talking over me, man.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't hit the button. I'm sorry. Go for it.
All right, good. Now, if and when they ever fight, Broner's problem is he's a small guy that carries around a lot of weight, which is why he fights the way he does. He doesn't throw a lot of punches when he fights because he can't. He has stamina issues. Now to the Crawford issue. You can talk all you want about Crawford, but there's no other fighter that fights at 147 that has been fighting as much as him or has been fighting the caliber of fighter he has been fighting since he became welterweight. Name me one PBC fighter at welterweight that is as active as Crawford is. Name me one. You can't because there are none, and that's my call, man. And stop talking over me, you bastard. But all right, have a good day.
All right. Big C, talk to me.
Yeah, I thought Keith Thurman looked great his last fight. And like JD said, the hate for Keith Thurman is real, man. But let me stay on topic. But anyways, I would want to see the Pacquiao or the Porter fight. I'm not really interested in the Broner. I mean, it's a decent fight, but I'd much rather see Pacquiao or Porter, to be honest.
Thank you, man. Somebody call him with some sense.
For the first time, I actually kind of agree with Mike. Not for the same reasons, but...
Hey, look here, man. Look here. We ain't got to go the same direction to get to the same destination. You feel me?
Yeah, but you still a hater, though. And he a big
goddamn right. Nigga play a hater's ball, baby. They got me coming out next year, 2019. I'm going to be a Hall of Fame inductee.
I see, man. But if he did knock out Broner, though, hey, that would be great. I think he would probably knock him out, too.
Yeah, I got Broner fucked up. Broner ain't getting knocked out.
Cut it.
Dominic,
he ain't one time no more.
Yo, it was good. Last time I checked, Broner's a gatekeeper and a dosser. And it'd be a good way to keep Thurman to get some real money. I mean, if you fight Porter, you ain't gonna get no real money. You ain't gonna be on pay-per-view. You fight Crawford, you're probably gonna get like $5,000. So I would say fight AB.
Hey, man, hold on, bro. I can't let you just fucking come here and try to shame Top Rank. $5,000?
I mean, they offered Danny $3 million
Crawford
flat.
Ain't even worth. I don't think Crawford's worth the real money. If you fight AB, you get that real money.
Real money for fighting AB.
You're getting in the bracket. You're getting in the bracket to fight Pacquiao.
Right, he fight AB. It's a pay-per-view, and Earl's already a pay-per-view, and hopefully he'll be a star after that. You know, Crawford already done two. Crawford would have done 2 pay-per-views, so like, yeah, he should go this route.
Cut it.
Lid Slow, talk to me.
My lid's low too, homie.
Fellas, what's happening? You know, Decatur Georgia.
Decatur Georgia in the building.
Hey, so I want to go off real saying, shout out to everybody on the panel, first of all. Right now, I don't want to hear shit about Thurman fighting none of the big guys. That's Garcia, that's Porter, Spence, or Crawford. Now, for Broner, that's a good ass fight. Why? Because Broner done turned into the guy that the name be on your resume. Y'all don't know what the fuck up with Broner, but he tripping. Now, for Pacquiao, that's a good ass fight. I think that'll be a good fight. And I'm going to be honest, I think Pacquiao might get over. Thurman, on the real shit, to come back to that real competitive shit, need to wait to probably about 2019. Is it 2019 now? 2020. Yeah, he need to take, go ahead and fight Broner. I know it's a writer's thing or whatever, but go fight Broner. Because everybody know how Broner do. You know what I mean? That's just real shit. Now, other than that, take Pacquiao after Broner. Pacquiao ain't going nowhere. To that other caller who was talking about Pacquiao getting brain damage. Do you see fucking Pacquiao?
Cut it. Yo, and just so people know, in that Forbes article, the writer does break down why he believes Broner gives Thurman a tough test. Like, the writer believes Broner is not easy work for Thurman, and he actually even thinks that Broner has a chance of beating him.
I mean, I think a lot of people still do, just like how Mike picked him against Pacquiao, which Look, man, if
That's a
you
fair
think
point.
if you think Broner could stand against Pacquiao and now discredit him against what many people could think that Pacquiao can beat Thurman at this stage still, I just don't understand the logic. It was good enough for him, but not good enough for them, yada yada, quote unquote.
Niggas want to throw salt on my name when I'm not around.
You always around, Mike.
I heard
you just
you,
need to stay.
Ron.
You need to
I
stay in the
heard you,
camera.
Ron.
You need to stay in the
Where my
camera.
money was at, Ron?
It don't matter where the money
my money was on Pacquiao.
Hey, if you were a G, you would put your money and your pick in the same week.
Or on the same person. I was in communication. I was just in communication with the writer of the story. Unfortunately, he is on a flight to Fresno to cover the Jose Ramirez fight for Top Rank. But he said he would love to be on the show. So we'll reschedule him when he gets another crack.
Is he the same writer that wrote the like the 5 things that were going to be so surprising in boxing this year?
I believe so, because I had his number in my contacts. Like we had already,
yeah.
Because we did another Forbes article, right?
Yes, we did. Yes, sir. And he had Keith Thurman losing.
It was. I remember that.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Yeah,
we did that right after the New Year.
We need to
And
find.
I think he called. Yeah, and I think he actually called Big Baby, and AJ in that same article too.
Yeah, he might have. Damn, good call, Mike. That's got a good memory.
Go back to Deej on the boomerang.
Yeah, you guys, just to make it clear, when I was talking about Pacquiao getting brain damage, it wasn't a slight on his skill. I think he's still one of my skillful fighters there is. But we have to acknowledge, you know, several years back, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, 2012, when he got smoked out by Marquez, you know, it wasn't a good look. And when we look at Stevenson and what happens to him, we can't really see when these things are going to happen, when you're just going to be caught slipping. You know, this guy's made a lot of money. He's done a lot of brilliant things in the game. You know, I just think there's a point where you've got to sort of step away and you can say, look, I could only tarnish my legacy from here. That's my only point about Pacquiao. I'm not saying that literally he should just quit for the sake of quitting. I'm just saying he should quit because he's achieved it already. That's all I got. Peace.
All right, Deej, thanks for calling in. Isn't it great to have that boomerang status? You get to hear someone talk shit about your previous call, come right back and hit him up with your double thought.
And clarify.
And clarify, that's right. And now the other guy, if he doesn't have boomerang, he's fucking shit out of luck until next show.
And to comment on that, because I commented on him last time, I agree with you that he already signed his 2-fight deal. I feel that after this 2-fight deal, and especially how he looks in it, can indicate, yo, you should be good at this point. You should be. But who knows? You never know. It's hard for fighters to quit.
Touch Potential, Skype, talk to me. Touch Potential on Skype, unmute. Going once, twice, 3 times you're out, and it's all a ball. I don't know. I don't watch baseball.
Hey, just real quick, it was not Peter. It was Brian Mazik. Thank you. I think it was Joseph who put that in there.
Good try, Michael, with the fucking mic.
Oh, it was Rick. Rick. Thank you, Rick, from
I
production chat.
I didn't say it was. I said, is that the same guy? And you were like, okay.
Who
I had
Jack
him.
Yes. What the fuck? Hey, yo, you crazy, Jack.
Hey, man, nigga, Jack. I didn't know Jack was nigga. Jack goddamn me look like a
Jack
motherfucker.
We doing any super chats?
Yeah,
like
of course we doing super chat. I just refreshed the page. We're gonna start with Jack from earlier show. He says we don't want Joshua versus White either. He should have said either because I'm adding either because he said that they didn't want Brazil versus Dillian White, bum ass. Then we got Supreme General. Man, I didn't find that shit. Where'd it go? I don't know. But he's the one that does ain't no other site in the gang. That was his rap. But where the fuck you go? I can't find it. Under Pressure.
He's coming for you, Mario.
You know, Under Pressure. Yeah, he do spit. That would be interesting to see how that goes. Being as though that it wasn't a worthy challenge between you and R&V. This stands for I don't know. Rhythm and Violence. I was trying to come up with something clever.
Yeah, I know you were.
But it wasn't gonna happen that fast.
I can't think of V words, so
Hey,
you
to be
got
fair, Mario, I met this dude in the gym before, and he was like, "The boxing voice ain't no other play." Like he gets plays, man. He gets plays on the radio.
Yeah, I remember when that shit came out. It was fire.
That intro has been on. I mean, ever since he gave me that, it's been the show for forever. But what else we got? We got another one from Jack is the Truth. He says, "Is there any way we can pay to prevent Javier from calling in for a week?" Damn. Look who's ready to talk. Touch Potential. What's up?
Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe anybody would spend a single dime on watching Broner. He was so disappointing last fight. It was absolute disgrace. The guy's got talent, but he doesn't seem to have any sort of killer instinct. And but I think it also plays to the fact that I don't think PBC have been doing their job at all. They got all the fighters in the world, and they haven't been making the matchup. You know, there is a good one, obviously, with Garcia and Spence, but even that one, you know, with the weight situation and stuff, I don't think it's the greatest. But other than that, they're really failing to do their job. I think you guys need to go and be on their neck a bit more instead of being, you know, up their ass, and let them know that they need to be putting some better fights together. Because to be talking about Broner after his last performances, it's shocking. And that's
I'm glad that you were able to get it off your chest, brother. Thank you for calling in. I'll just say, like, I would rather watch Thurman versus Broner instead of Cheeseman versus Garcia, or Ritson versus whoever, or whoever versus whoever. Like, our bullshit is still better than your bullshit. So I don't really get our bullshit still makes you stay up at night to watch it. Like, we don't stay up at night to watch those type of fights. So I think that it's still a very good fight. Like, again, we were just talking about the other day how a fighter shouldn't be thrown away for one fight. This is exactly what you use Broner for. A tune-up. At this point, he's a gatekeeper. He has to change that status of himself in the minds of the public by getting a good win. You know, listen, I would still watch Broner Josecito Lopez. That sounds like
So would I.
Yeah, of course.
I watch boxing, bro. Anything you give me, I'm gonna watch it. I watched Cheeseman, Sergio Garcia. So, you know, my name is NestGTO. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. We're trying to do Comic Creeping Thursdays, 1 o'clock, patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Head on over there. Don't sleep. Super duper extras every week. Ask series questions. I mean, Ron's out here killing it too. So, you know, it's even making it better for us to do Ask series questions. We just did one with Jay Diaz that Javier was able to do. So Patreon Ask series is really something you guys like, and you can only get it on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We're trying to get to that 96,000. I'm refreshing. Let's see if they appreciated that we came back for a double morning show. All right, we got 95,980. So that is an increase from the last show. Don't remember how many, but we need 20 now. Oh, yeah. It was a little less than 30. So we gained a few. We need 20 now. So tell 20 people to tell another 20, tell another 20 times more, another 24. Then add that times 5. Excuse me?
I don't know how the hell you came up with a 24, but all right.
I mean, I'm just want more people. I want more people to subscribe. Mike, is that okay with you? I see everything has to be okay with Mike. Like, obviously, Broner, Thurman, you're not okay with that.
I'm just smiling, man. Hey, go ahead, Ryan G.
But yeah, I can.
You okay with David Benavidez or Jose?
Hey man, shout out Jose, man, with all them cards you got.
I'm doing you dirty, but the fact that I said David Benavidez, that's how irrelevant that fighter is, right? Because I did an entire interview with Tevin Farmer's trainer, Jason Sosa's trainer, Chino Rivas, and we both called him David. Now, mind you, Mike, you would have loved it because he was defending the shit out of you, out of Crawford.
I would have been laughing my ass off.
Yeah, he thinks Crawford's the best, but
I call him David all the time, though, bro.
So he kept saying, "Yo, David was in there, man. You seen what David did?" And it's like, and I was calling him David. Then when I went home to edit,
having a brother better than you.
Yeah, well, when I went, I mean, that's definitely called being in the shadow of your brother. When two people are discussing your fight, still calling you your other brother, that's crazy.
But like picturing you in their mind, but calling you David, it's like, yeah, it's crazy.
This
But yeah,
dude.
follow me on IG at Gross1911, on Twitter at Gross2312. Coming creeping, 1 o'clock, Patreon only. Tomorrow, man, tomorrow. Can we goddamn be do what we did last week?
No, because you guys are being lazy. I've been asking y'all to do research, man. I even talk. Ain't even had
Hiroaki. I
why
watched
you
Hiroaki.
dropping right now? Why you dropping? And you pronouncing it all wrong.
I don't know what Mike is saying.
They don't know what I'm talking about.
You talking about a sushi meal?
That's fucking crazy. Right?
Yo, let me before you butcher more names. Up.
Teriyaki. What the fuck?
I didn't say
so
I said Hiroaki, man.
Teriyaki.
Yo, I'm gonna stop you before you hurt yourself, man, because it's all recorded live right now. But
I'm sorry for like fucking dude name, but no disrespect.
You can find me at Ronji FIQ on Twitter. It also just kind of want to put some news reporting that ESPN saying now Regis Prograis has pulled out now. So
you want to get him on can we get him tonight on the show?
On the show.
Can we get him tonight on the show? Tonight, 7:30.
I don't know. Can you? You were supposed to get Richardson on the show. Like you always falling asleep on planes, on cars, everywhere.
But I'm gonna finish out. I'm gonna finish out and let y'all argue around. We will be posting a lot of content on the YouTube channel. It's tons of interviews. I have stuff still from Andre Rozier before the Richard Comey.
I got to cut you off again, Ron, because I just want to emphasize that don't wait for those notifications. Just periodically come back to the channel because we're uploading so much. YouTube might not send you an individual email for each video, and then you'll lose something. You'll miss something. And, you know, Ron's putting in hella work. Jack is the truth putting in work. You know, Aaron can too, myself, Mike, whenever he's not asleep, Javier, you know, we got even now Jay Hardcore. So, you know, don't miss out on any of this upcoming content. We got a bunch of DC. We just got the word we're going to be able to get into Gary Russell's training camp and all the other Russells. And I spoke to Barry Hunter as well to get into the Peterson camp. You know, he's fighting Lipinets and his brother's on the undercard. So again, just emphasizing sometimes the notification bell, you know, it's the internet, right? So just come back periodically because there's always brand new stuff. I mean, Ron was just in Big Baby's gym and he hasn't posted anything yet. So, you know, all those up and coming DAZN guys are there. Just stay glued to the channel.
Yeah. With that being said, you know, just come check constantly and click all the videos because you don't know who these guys are now, but you will know them in a couple weeks, a couple years, and
or the substance. I mean, the conversations itself. You know, you may not know the fighter, but what we're talking about can teach you something because you know, like, look, I had no clue Fred Jenkins Sr. was the trainer of Damani Rock all this time. We would have probably made a connection with them so much faster. But him not being on TV, us not being able to see that corner doesn't allow us that information. But hitting the ground the way me and Ron did, I really want to make the weigh-in today. It's just unfortunate that it's at 6 p.m., an hour and a half away from me, and our show goes live at 7. But I desperately, like, I've been thinking about that weigh-in all night. I want to be there, man. I really do.
And to add to that, I just want to do a correction. Regis is considering. Elms helped me out point out. He's considering. So he didn't pull out. Thank you, Elms. But he's considering pulling out. So we don't know the status on that 100%. So thank you, Elms.
Yeah, and they got him Keith Cherry Picker Thurman in the chat. That's crazy. I hate him, man.
But go ahead, Mario. You can do your final thoughts as well.
Yeah, real quick too. Jack said it was a good point. To just follow the Twitter, right, Ness, and then get the links.
Yes, if you follow the Twitter, you get the links of every video that's posted every time a show goes live, every time we tweet. The Twitter is connected to everything, so it's
that's better. Yeah, so that's better like that.
It is probably your best feed ever. You'll get every podcast, you'll get every Instagram post, you'll get everything. But real quick, shout out to Bayside. He says the zone guys are bums. Nkosi Solomon proved that. Nkosi won his second fight. B-Hop lost his first fight. So let's just not write him off. He was a declarated amateur. You know, I'm still giving him time. We're gonna continuously preach and hammer this shit down through you morons' head that one loss does not define a fighter.
And to add to that, I was trying to do research the next time I see Tevin Farmer. Antonio Margarito's story is actually pretty good. He lost multiple times prior to him getting a chance of a title. Actually, I think he lost 3-4 times.
Yeah, but his story ain't that good because after finding out he had raps, you gotta wonder how long he had raps and how much of a comeback did he really do. I watched the fight with Paul Williams, where I know a lot of people probably didn't watch that fight. I watched it live.
Yo, that was a badass fight.
That was crazy. You know, Paul took punishment, but he gave it. But like Margarito never wilted, bro. Like, I don't know. You just got to think what was going on with old boy.
But yes, that's true. True.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. It was it's like that question of never knowing sucks.
But stick around because after Common Creeping Thursdays, we might slide in another one. I know Mario got to go do booty squats in the gym, but after that, we can rock out. We got AJ news. Peace.
Peace.
Booty.